Hey guys, I want to talk for just a few minutes today about security and where we find our security. This week, I've talked to a lot of clients and people in a couple of the groups that I'm in about how we very innocently, not through our own fault, but because the way we've been conditioned and taught, we innocently look for security in things like our health. We look for security and stability in things like a job, a relationship, in the existence of another person. We look for security in things and stability and safety and okayness in things that are not meant to be secured. I like to think about this like the ocean. So I picture sort of the Pacific Ocean, let's say. And in case you have forgotten, the Pacific Ocean is about 63 million square miles. And at its deepest point, it's about 11,000 meters deep in the Mariana Trench. I think of this Pacific Ocean like life. And when the Pacific Ocean or any ocean rises up like this, we call it a wave. That's just what we've been taught to call it. We call that a wave and that a wave, like they're separate. They're somehow separate from the ocean. But when you really stop and really be still with that for a minute and look, this thing we call a wave and that we teach our children to call waves is nothing more than the activity of the ocean. The ocean arising, the ocean experiencing itself in the form of a wave. It's temporary. We can't stop waves. We can't hold waves in place. Waves, as we know them, as we call them, they're not meant to be secure. They're not stable. They're the activity of an ocean. And that activity is continuously changing moment by moment. Well, that's how we are. We, these very seemingly separate people, entities that we have been taught for generations and lifetimes are separate. These separate billions of people walking around with their own lives. Well, we work just like the waves. There is just life, aliveness, this energy, this energy and intelligence of aliveness, of life, rising up as this wave, this experience of a Missy, and rising up as the wave of the tree outside my window. It's one life, one aliveness, one energy, one, in this metaphor, ocean, rising up in the activity of wave after wave after wave. The energy of life, the intelligence of life, are rising up as the activity of person after tree, after person, after animal. One life appearing as, arising as, in the form of, taking the very temporary form as a wave of a Missy. So how does this relate to finding our stability, our security? We humans have innocently, like I said, been taught to think of ourselves as separate entities. Like somehow the energy of life has nothing to do with us. We're just this individual person walking around with our own separate aliveness, as if a wave on the ocean could somehow be separate from the ocean. It can't work like that. So I think of security like this. When we humans, as we do, because it's all we've ever been taught, when we search for security, stability in something like a health report, a marriage, the health of a child, a financial status, a job, any identity we have, an identity as a mom, an identity as a CPA, as a teacher, as a soccer player, when we find or seek to find our security in any kind of identity. A healthy person, I'm a healthy person, therefore I'm secure. My bank account is set till retirement, therefore I'm secure. I have a 30-year marriage, therefore I'm secure. When we look for security, when we look for stability, when we look for okayness, well-being in anything that is temporary, fleeting, then we will suffer by design, thank goodness. It's sort of like trying to hold a wave on the ocean in place. Do you know how exhausting that would be? How futile that would be? That would be completely pointless to try desperately to hold the prettiest waves in place and then to work even harder, use even more resources to keep the scary waves at bay. We would never do that. And yet here, when we innocently believe we are the wave, I'm a wave, I'm an activity, a temporary, fleeting, transient activity, that I can find my stability here, it's the same as trying to hold up a wave while holding back a different wave. It's brilliant. The suffering that we feel when we try so hard to pin down our security, our okayness, our well-being in this world of form, in health, in a body, in a partner, this suffering, thank goodness. I picture life coming in and sort of tapping me on the shoulder and saying, hey, hey, sweet girl, you're lost in confusion. It's supposed to hurt, so you have the impetus, the inclination to wake up. You're not a separate wave. You're not separate from life. You're not separate from all these other people. The ones you're so worried about, what they think about you and what they're saying about you, those are the same as you. It's all one energy. It's one ocean arising as trillions of waves. It's one brilliant, intelligent aliveness arising as momentary waves, momentary forms that we call people and trees and plants and animals. We can't look for our stability, our security in form. So this entire journey we're on together, this amazing journey, is to remember, it's not discovering, because you knew this at one point, you knew this at birth, before the world got its hands on you and taught you all kinds of concepts about who you are and what makes you secure and whole and worthy and valuable. Before all that learning, this journey we're on together is to remember who and what you really are. When you are suffering, that is an opportunity, an invitation to remember they're not separate. You are not a separate human costume walking around. You are life, aliveness, stability, timeless, infinite. For a moment, taking this shape, this costume, this form, this wave, we are stability. We are security. We are timelessness. We are this infinity, whatever you want to describe this aliveness that spans in every direction beyond what your human mind is capable of understanding. There's so much good news in this. There's so much good news in this exploration of who you are and where your stability and security and peace actually reside. It's who you are. This is who you are. I hope this helps a little bit when it looks so compelling, when your little adorable ego mind gives you so much evidence that your suffering is because of something in this world of form. No, All suffering is the misperception of reality. When you're suffering, you're staring at a bunch of waves, wishing you could hold them in place or keep them at bay. You're lost in form. You're lost in momentary, fleeting experience, wanting it to be stable and secure. Like waves, they can't be. Experience is always moving. You, this costume, is always shifting, changing. We want to stop looking for our security, our stability, our well-being, our okayness, and our peace in something as transient as a body, health, a relationship. And when we can really see that this is us, oh my goodness, the freedom to then just play in this costume. Go have a ball in this costume. And when I say go play and have a ball and be free, I mean, have any experience that is arising fully, because it's just experience. It's just a wave. By the time you notice, it's already on its way out. So have anger, have insecurity, have sadness, have grief, have loneliness, have any experience that is simply arising in the moment. It's not personal. It can't be personal. It's a movement, an activity of life. Waves are not personal. They're the activity of an ocean. Your situation, your circumstance, your emotional state, your mood, your health is not personal. It's the momentary activity of you, of aliveness, of life. There's so much goodness here. Let the suffering do its job. Let it be the opportunity and invitation to wake up, to continue this journey of seeing who you are, seeing what you are before the world got its hands on you. I hope this helps. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.